Hello guys, today is my Project Pan finale, finally. I'm so glad to be done with this. I started this back in the beginning of January. I went back to being cruelty free, so it was very important for me to get rid of everything in my collection that wasn't, and it only made sense to pan them. This is my second Project Pan, and I really enjoy doing this, but using the same products every day has been kind of annoying. I am sick of using them. I started this on January 15th with an intro, and I had an update sometime in mid-February, so I'm going to link both of those videos below, plus my intro to going back to being cruelty free. That will all be down below. My goal here was to hit pan on anything that was in a palette, and then if it was in a tub or in some kind of container, I wanted it completely gone and out of my life. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you really enjoy it, and let's go ahead and see how I did. Just like last time, I'm going to start with my Mcgrath Pallets. I said in both my intro and my update that I don't want to sit here and glorify the products that aren't cruelty-free, but I really love these. I really love these. I feel like I should whisper it. I love this formula. They're so beautiful. They blend very easily on the lid, and I wish they were cruelty-free. I really do. I'm going to start with Bronze Ambition here. I also have Bronze Temptation. I only gave myself the goal of hitting pan on one of these shades because before this project, I really hadn't used them at all. They were kind of like top shelf to me just because of the price, and then also too just because of the quality. I really wanted this time last year the $120 one, or however much it is, the full size. I think there's 12 shades in there, and I'm glad now that I didn't do that. So with this one, I hit a little baby pan with the gold shade there, which is very exciting. I did my first project pan was with Modern Renaissance, and it was so easy because there was so much kickback whenever I would swirl my brush. Not so much with these. They are firmly pressed. The mattes in here, you can't even tell that I have been trying to pan them, but I swear I've been using them like every day or most days. I've really been trying. The shimmers, a lot of times I would just put on my fingertip and blend out when I wanted a quick look. There's really not many days that I wasn't using one of the two palettes here, but I did try. As for the other one, and with Bronze Temptation, I didn't hit pan on this one, but I did come kind of close. This green shade here is the one that's got like the most of a divot in it. It has like a green red kind of shift, and I love this shade. I think it is so beautiful. And the mattes, again, you can't really tell that I did anything. I have to say with these palettes, though, I have to mention this. I do not like how they close. This is a magnetic kind of closure, and when you're trying to use them, they will shut on their own. So that has become very annoying to me. As gorgeous as the outer packaging is, I have not liked that part. I think with these, I will probably end up giving them away because if not, they are just going to tempt me in my collection. They're so beautiful. They're gonna just call my name every day, and I don't want to use them anymore. Next, I'm going to get into my MAC. If I have several things from one brand, I will do it in order. So with MAC, there aren't a ton of products I was buying from them religiously, but I definitely had my staples and a couple standout products. One of them being Fix Plus. I used Fix Plus for years. I did really love it, but I feel like now there's so many other products out there that really do compare. Some of them are cheaper and some of them are just better. So I had to really focus on this one because I had so much of it. I had one full one, one that was like a third of the way full, and then I had a little baby one that I want to say had about half in it. I will have a comparison video next to this so you guys can see. But yeah, they're completely gone. I'm so proud of myself. I had two that were in the coconut scent and one that was in the rose. The way I use these up, of course, I set my face with it. I also brought out intensity from shadows. I used it with different pigments. I used it as a toner on some days and then as just like a moisture mist. And they are gone, going into the empties bin. I have some eyeliners next. One of them I did really well with and one of them I did not. So this one was the Pearlglide Black Swan, I think it was called. You can't even see it anymore. I have it down just like such like a little stump here. I can't even sharpen it anymore. This was so old in my collection that whenever I would try to put it on my waterline, it would kind of scratch a little bit. There's little flecks of silver glitter in here and it would scratch, and this silver glitter wouldn't even deposit. And my goal here, of course, was to use it up, but if I didn't, I was gonna throw it away anyway just because it was so old. So the way I was using it mostly was putting it on my lid and smudging it out, kind of bringing out intensity of whatever shadow I put on top of it. But yeah, that one's gone. The other one I kind of sucked at. Blacktrack Fluidline from MAC. I really did try with this one, guys. I had said in my intro video that I was really close to hitting that bottom component, as you can see there, and one day I got curious. course, I was applying this with like an angled brush to the top of the eye to give myself some eyeliner, and I dipped my brush all the way down to see where it was, and I wasn't anywhere near close. It is so old, it's probably like 5 years old, that it kind of started to dry out on the side, so I also dipped down to get some wetter formula, and I will probably end up just throwing this out. It's so old, I don't think I will miss it. I don't know if any friend would want it because it is so old, and of course I'm putting it on my eyes. So yeah, I'm tired of looking at this one. The other one was also an eyeliner that I almost forgot about. So this is Superslick Liquid Eyeliner in Pure Show. What's funny is I had said in my video originally that those two would be the ones I would definitely hit pan on or go through, and this one was going to be really hard. But this is completely empty. This is what it looks like. It's kind of like a gold, a pop of gold. I did a look on Instagram, like I always do looks. I decided to do something different one day, and I added like these little gold dots over some red shadow that I'm about to show, and that's how I used this up. So I poured what was left of it out into like a little glass component, and I used a brush to kind of add those dots. So that's how I know that one is empty. Other than that, I also used it as liner, of course, on the top, and then I would also put it on underneath just for like a little bit of a pop. But I am surprised and very impressed with myself that I did use this up. The next two I did okay with, but it wasn't for lack of trying. This is MAC Coppering, my favorite single shade of all time, especially from MAC. I love this shade. It's kind of got like a pearlized finish. It's called a Volux Pearl officially, and it has a beautiful red coppery kind of feel to it. For me, I feel like reds can look a little funny because I do have a lot of pink in my skin, but not this shade. I think it looks beautiful. It blends out really well, and I will probably go ahead and use this up. I use this about 1 to 2 times a week, so I really did try. You can't tell again. I did see Fenty is coming out with a new highlighter collection. There's a few of them. One of them was called Geisha Chic, and it has been taken down since, and it will be renamed, but it looks like it's going to be a dupe for this, so I would definitely pick that up when I'm done with this one. And for my last product from MAC, I have a lip liner. This is in the shade Whirl. It's kind of like a raisiny color. I definitely could have been better about using this every day. I'd say I wore this maybe 1 to 2 times a week, often underneath another lipstick like I did today. I paired this today with like a peach kind of topper, and I think it looks pretty cool. I will probably continue to use this up. It's not like super dry or anything where I wouldn't be able to, so I probably will continue to use this till it's gone. I just have to be better about using it every day. Another empty, I have everything in my basket here. Sephora brush cleaner is gone. I had this for so long. I'm hitting things. I had this for so long. I said in every video, I think it's just alcohol with some perfume added to it. It was really easy to use up. I started using it with my brushes along with my Vera Mona, because that was the challenge I was having. I used my Vera Mona color switch every day, so this was kind of useless. I used it for that. I also would just spray a little bit onto my tabletops, my desk back here, which is my vanity, and also this workstation kind of desk. I would spray it on there as well to wipe up any kind of makeup mess, and it is empty. And I have 3 products from Laura Mercier. I did okay with this concealer. I paired it with Tarte Shape Tape, or the one from Flower Beauty, or the one from ColourPop, because I felt like the color is a little bit off for me. It's a little bit too peach. So often I would wear this underneath my eyes with one of those, or I would use it on the top as a base for my shadows, and you really can't tell. It's kind of hard to tell. But I have used this daily at some point for something. This was in the shade 1C, and I'm trying to see if you can see, like, yeah, you can kind of see the scrapes on the side there. I'm trying to get it into the light. I did pretty good with this one. It doesn't really look like it's empty, but I don't think I have much longer. I can see through this little slit here where there's not much going on down at the bottom. So that was a good one. And for the foundations, I have Laura Mercier Silk Cream Photo Edition Foundation. This one's gone. It is completely empty. I am so proud of myself for this one. I definitely agree that this is moisturizing, but it also tends to slide and crease on me. I wore this on my wedding day. I said that in the other videos. So for this one, I didn't really want to wear it on days that I had to go to work or any day that I needed to wear it longer than like 4 hours, because it does start to crease. So instead, I would use it when I was filming. And I also started mixing it with little oil samples that I had from Sephora. This one is Youth to the People, which only has like a drop left in there. And then this one is from Cora Organics, which is like 3/4 of the way full. So I felt like I was using up a lot of products at once, and I actually really liked the way that it looked. I will probably go about this method for the next foundation to use it up. It looked very dewy on my skin. It wouldn't crease throughout the day. So yeah, it's gone. I am so glad that this is gone because it was like haunting me ever since we got married, and I didn't really like the look of it on my wedding day, so I'm happy about this one going into the empties. And the other foundation is Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation in the shade Cameo. When I started this project pan, I was so sad because this is my favorite foundation. If you ever want to make yourself not like something, force yourself to use it every day, because I no longer like this. That's kind of a big deal because I was so sad about this one. Laura Mercier is just a brand I always assumed was cruelty-free, and they're not. But even today, like, I can see in my mirror that is below my camera, so it's not like up close or anything. One, it creased, and also two, I can see all the texture here, so I'm not a big fan of this one anymore. As far as using it has gone, you can see in the back, you can see through it, it's gotten like a little translucent. It actually doesn't pump out anymore, so I know there's not a lot left in here. It's just kind of built up on the sides. I have to use this and like kind of pound it onto there to try to get the remainder of this foundation out, which I will do. I will probably mix it up with the rest of these oils and use it like a tinted moisturizer again. But yeah, it's almost gone. I'm still looking for a replacement for my favorite foundation though. Two products from Benefit. So I have the Bad Gal Bang Travel Size Mascara. I wasn't a fan of this to begin with. It does separate the lashes nicely, but they start to droop and look a little bit heavy. So I was using this more as like lower lash line mascara. It was fine for that. I said in my update video that I was close to being done with it, and I was. Shortly thereafter, it did start to dry out. So I am done with this one. For the other one, 3D Brow Tones in Magenta. As you may have predicted if you watched the other videos, this was so hard to use. I bought this with intention. My hair was much pinker at the time. I bought these when they launched, and I was like, oh, that'd be such a nice little touch to put into the brows, give me a pop of color, and now it's useless. My hair's too red to really even use these. I did try to use it on the lid one time, and it just kind of was irritating. And then what I was doing is using it on the lower lash. I have a white primer, not a white mascara. It probably would have worked better with a white mascara, but I was using it on the lower lash line and then for a pop of color. I sucked at using this one up. Anyone out there want some pink, magenta, brow tones? Any of my friends want this? I will give it to you because I don't want it anymore. I do like the packaging though. It kind of reminds me of a circus, but we are down to the final three. So Dermablend Loose Setting Powder. I don't like this. It's a cult favorite. Not a fan of it. After I bought it, I think it was during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty that happened last year. I was like, oh my God, I need it. Everybody loves that. And I didn't like it immediately. I think it makes my under eyes look kind of chalky. And then even once like I do like a setting spray, it kind of just looks blotchy underneath my eyes. I don't like this. And I often don't set my under eyes anyway. So this was, I'd say I used it maybe 3 or 4 times before I started this project pan. And it's about halfway. So I did pretty well with this. Again, I might try to give this away. It's not my favorite. I don't really want it in my collection anymore, but if I have to, I'll try to use it up a little bit more. 2 more products. I have this from Nars. It's the Velvet Matte Lip Pencil in the shade Cruella. It was confirmed for me that this was a point perk, so I did not waste any money on it. But I had said, I think it was my update video, that this was going to be a bitch to sharpen, and I was right. Turns out it doesn't fit any of my sharpeners. I have 3 of them, and it didn't work for any of them, and I'm definitely not going to go out and buy a sharpener just for this. I will probably throw it away. You can see I gouged it out. I tried to get everything out of there and wear it on the lips, and I'm just going to throw this away. I didn't really like the formula anyway. Bye-bye. This last one is so dirty because it lived in my purse. This is the Fresh Sugar Coconut Hydrating Lip Balm. And while it does taste and smell really good like coconut, I would disagree. It's not very hydrating. I often had to reapply it because it would kind of leave my lips. It didn't give me that lasting hydration that I needed. So I would disagree, but it worked out for a project pan. But it is completely empty. I use this as a lip gloss over lipsticks, as a lip balm, reaching for it AM and PM. I also once or twice used this on my heels. I did use a Q-tip to take it out so that I wasn't contaminating it, but yeah, it's completely gone. Fresh is one that makes me really sad because I really like a lot of their skincare and I also like their perfume, but this balm I would not recommend. And that's it for my project pan finale. How do you guys think I did? If I were to grade myself, I would say it was like a B- or C. I really did try, and I did hit some of my goals, and I have some empties here. If you currently have a project pan going on, I would love to know what it is and hear about it and your progress. I think I will do another one of these in like maybe 2 to 3 months. I want to give myself some time to enjoy my current collection and just enjoy what I have. I have a ton of new products that kind of have gotten ignored. Even like my e.l.f. Times J Kiss palette, I only got to use that once. I have Tarte High Tides and Good Vibes, that's what it's called. I've had that now for like 2 weeks and I haven't even dipped into it because Pat McGrath was kind of taking the lead. So I'm excited to just enjoy my collection. Anyway, I thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you soon.